Hello and welcome to today's September 21st second stimulus check update and second stimulus package update. Today we will cover Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg passes away, current state of the stimulus checks and stimulus package negotiations, Mnuchin and Powell testify before Congress this week on a need for more stimulus. If you're a subscribed member of my community, then welcome back. And if you're not, consider subscribing right now for all the best updates and also other smart money tips. All right, now I want to just quickly thank my community members who are also on YouTube and have shared on a community post about my updates. I really appreciate you letting your community know what's going on with these stimulus updates. So thank you very much. Okay, now, as you know, Supreme Court Judge Ruth Bader Ginsburg passed away late last week of cancer. She fought and beat cancer several times, but ultimately passed from that. Many are coming out and saying that out of respect, choosing a new Supreme Court judge should not happen until after the presidential election, and others are saying that that seat should be filled as quickly as possible, as we already have a president that is in office right now. So I want to know what you think about this. I'm not going to share my opinion, but I have created an anonymous poll on my website. I will put a link below so that you can go on and anonymously vote. I'm very curious to know what people in my community think about this situation. It's fairly heated on both sides, and again, I'd just like to anonymously know, based on numbers, what is your opinion? Okay, now, last week I told you the House of Representatives was taking a different approach to this next stimulus relief package and getting stimulus checks out to the American people. Now, typically the House proposes a bill, discusses it, votes on it, and sends it over to the Senate. And the Senate then discusses, votes, and sends it up to the President of the United States. Because of the stall in getting this next stimulus relief package done, the House of Representatives is doing this a little bit differently this time. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is attempting to let the Senate sit for a minute and to negotiate directly with the White House and with President Trump to try to put together a deal that will actually pass. Now, the HEROES Act passed in May in the House, but never went any further in the Senate. And this was because it was a $3.4 trillion package that many believe had too many non-lockdown and coronavirus-related issues in it, and so it didn't progress past the House of Representatives. They don't want that to happen again, and so they are trying to deal directly with the White House and with President Trump. However, President Trump said that since he and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi do not have a good relationship, for the good of the American people, as president, he is going to stay out of the negotiations, but he wants the White House negotiation team to continue to do face-to-face, and then he will weigh in on the deal as they update him and bring information to him. Now, the negotiation team for the White House is Chief of Staff Mark Meadows, and also Secretary of Treasury Steve Mnuchin on the Republican side. On the Democrat side, you have House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. You also have Chuck Schumer from New York. Now, near the end of last week, Chief of Staff Mark Meadows came out in support of the problem solver's proposal of $1.5 trillion. He said he didn't love everything in there, but he was supportive of it, and he thought it would get the needle to move. However, he said he was not interested in the $2.2 trillion number that Nancy Pelosi continues to push without any details being put in writing. Now, Nancy Pelosi fired back by saying it's the $2.2 trillion deal or nothing, and that she plans to stand firm. However, as mentioned earlier, there's nothing in writing about the 2.2 trillion. So I'm just trying to think, if I was a senator or House of Representatives, I don't know how I would get behind something or be opposed to something if I don't know what that something is. And I think that's how a lot of people are feeling right now. The last time that something was put in writing was the HEROES Act for $3.4 trillion. So, we need to know what's in the 2.2 trillion, because it's very cleared and very simply put what is in the $1.5 trillion proposal that came out last week. And it also has stabilizers built in to take it to a $2 trillion bill if the coronavirus situation worsens or the economy worsens. And so, I don't know what is in the bill, so I can't even report on it. And I don't think people can vote or make a decision because there's nothing in writing. But let me know what you think in the comments. Is this being held up because there's nothing in writing, or is it being held up because it has a price tag of 2.2 trillion? Or is it both? I'm just curious what the community thinks. Now, Chief of Staff Mark Meadows did come out and say that the White House's biggest hangup with Nancy Pelosi's position is that too much money goes to local states. They want to see either that money go directly to the American people, and she wants it to go to states. Now, I'm not going to get into it, how certain states are run or not run, but certain states do have bad feelings towards other states, and so that could be a part of it. Okay, now, according to the news, this is big. According to the news, Steve Mnuchin and Jerome Powell of the Federal Reserve will be questioned tomorrow by the House Financial Service Committee on the state of the economy and on whether there is a need for more stimulus relief money. It's also expected that Mnuchin and Powell will be questioned on the coming budget to avoid a government shutdown the month before the presidential election. Now, in the past, Jerome Powell has said that he is in favor of more stimulus relief money. In the past, Steve Mnuchin has also said that he is in favor of more stimulus relief money, but then he went on to say that that should go to families or the American people and specific industries like the restaurant and travel industry that has been hit so hard. They are also, this is really big, for me anyway, this is really big. Now, committee members have said that they specifically want to ask Jerome Powell about the $300 billion that was set aside for lending to businesses, right? They have said that this program was not well received, and therefore that $300 billion is just sitting idle. My guess is that they want to better understand, will this money be used, or could it be used in a different direction? Now, remember, I told you about a week ago that Republicans and President Trump became very interested in this pool of money, saying that it could be used towards unemployment, which as of right now is set to run out of FEMA money, and also direct stimulus checks to the people, which hasn't happened since April and May. And so they will be questioning Jerome Powell on the exact details and need for this money, or could it be reallocated to be used for something else? So for me, this is a big deal that this is going to be discussed this week. Now, Powell and Mnuchin are also due to testify before the Senate Banking Committee this coming Thursday. So depending on the testimonies of these two men before Congress, many big and important stimulus-related decisions could be made based on what they say. Right now, millions of people need to know what is the plan for unemployment as they look for a new job. They also need to know, will there be a second round of stimulus money direct for the people? So as I know more, I will share more. But this is big. I did not see this last week. I saw it this morning right before I was about to do this video, and I was like, wait a minute. If that 300 billion is not going to be used in a lending program, then it could be used as an executive order or by Congress or by the House to say, hey, listen, we've got this money that we could deploy right now to the American people. So I think it's a really big deal. Now, I just want to say again, thank you to the community. Last week, you gave one of my videos over 120,000 likes. I really appreciate that. These videos take me hours and hours to research and then put together and then get up on YouTube. So I really appreciate that. Again, I'd like to hear your opinion on this new Supreme Court justice situation. It will be totally anonymous. I will leave a link below. I just want to remind you that you are amazing. I really appreciate you being in my community, and I'll see you on the next video.